Have you ever had one of those moments?
Okay.
Just a flash of knowing that you can't explain.
Right. Not a thought, but more of a feeling.
Exactly. Like maybe you're in a totally new place, but you get hit with this wave of familiarity, pure déjà vu.
Or that gut-wrenching certainty about a person or a big life choice.
Yeah, where your brain is screaming, stop,
Yeah.
analyze this.
Yeah.
But something deeper is just nodding and saying, yeah, this is it.
And what about the outside stuff, the numbers?
Oh, the numbers. You start seeing 11.1 in everywhere, or 222 on license plates, on the clock. It feels like the universe is sending you a personal text message.
It does.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into that mysterious inner guidance system, what a lot of our sources are calling the voice of destiny.
Our mission here is to really unpack it all, from the hard science of what's happening in your brain all the way to those more spiritual cosmic signals.
And the goal isn't to say one is real and the other isn't, right?
Not at all. The conversation is about interpretation. It's about learning how to filter all these signals that your mind and your environment are constantly sending.
So we can tell the difference between real guidance and just emotional noise.
Precisely. Which leads to better decisions and ultimately real personal growth.
Okay, let's get into it. And I think we have to start with the most common and maybe the weirdest one for most people, déjà vu.
French for already seen.
That's the one. That eerie, overwhelming feeling that you are literally reliving a moment, even though your logical brain knows it's impossible.
And the sources are pretty clear on this one, scientifically speaking.
It's a brain thing, not a psychic thing.
Overwhelmingly, yes. It's a functional phenomenon happening inside your head, even if it feels supernatural.
I mean, it really feels like you're predicting the future for a split second.
It does. But the real breakthrough came when researchers figured out how to basically trigger it in a lab.
You can do that.
Yeah, some fascinating work at the University of St. Andrews. Researchers would read people lists of related words. For instance, pillow, dream, night.
Okay.
But they would deliberately leave out the most obvious connecting word. In that case, the word sleep.
I see where this is going.
Exactly. Later, when they asked the subjects what words they heard, they'd often be certain, absolutely positive, that they heard the word sleep. And that created the déjà vu feeling, that false sense of familiarity.
So they caught it. What did the brain scans show? Because I'd assume the memory part of the brain, the hippocampus, would just light up like crazy.
That's what everyone expected, but that's where this gets really, really interesting.
It wasn't the memory center.
No, it was surprisingly quiet. The activity spike was somewhere else entirely. It was in the prefrontal cortex.
The part of the brain for decision-making and logic.
Decision-making and conflict monitoring.
So the brain wasn't even trying to remember something.
It seems not. It suggests the brain isn't retrieving a memory. It's performing a quality check. It's sensing a conflict, a mismatch between what it's perceiving and what it expects to perceive.
Like a cognitive error message.
That's a perfect way to put it. Déjà vu isn't the brain remembering the future. It's the brain saying, hold on, something about this data feels familiar, but it shouldn't. Flagging it. It's a glitch report, not a memory.
Wow. Okay, that distinction is huge. So we go from the brain's internal check to its internal skill.
Intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah.
And the word itself, right? Plus tuition. It means to know without being taught.
And while it feels like some kind of magic, the sources really frame it as a skill. It's your brain synthesizing a lifetime of experiences in a split second.
Like a grandmaster in chess. The sources use that analogy a lot.
It's a great one. They don't analyze every single possible move. They can't. They look at the board and they just...
That's the pattern recognition.
Exactly. It's what's called, in the academic models, inferential intuition, or automated processing. It's a fancy way of saying your brain's shortcut machine is working perfectly.
But this brings up a huge question for anyone trying to, listen to that inner voice.
How do you tell it apart from fear?
Right. How do you separate that quiet, certain guidance from all the loud emotional baggage, like anxiety? Because fear is a really good actor. It loves to pretend it's wisdom.
And that's maybe the most critical skill to learn. The sources offer some very clear ways to tell them apart.
Okay, so what does fear sound like?
Fear and anxiety, which come from our primal fight or flight system, almost always come with a story.
A narrative.
Yes. It's loud, it's emotionally intense, it's full of what ifs. What if I fail? What if they reject me? What if I'm not good enough? It creates confusion, it creates fog.
And intuition. What does the real thing feel like?
It's the opposite. When a message is coming from your, let's call it your higher self or just your deep integrated wisdom, the feeling is profoundly different.
How so?
It's characterized by a sense of peace, a calm certainty, or sometimes just a sudden flash of clarity. Even if the decision is incredibly hard, like leaving a long-term relationship, the feeling underneath is resolute. It's quiet.
So it's not loud and frantic.
Never. The voice of true knowing is almost always calm and clear. It doesn't have that noisy, frantic energy that fear does.
And sometimes it's not a voice or a thought at all, is it? Sometimes it's physical.
Absolutely. This is what we call effective intuition. It's your body giving you the signal, that knot in your stomach when you meet someone who seems off.
Or that tingling feeling that just tells you to pay attention right now.
That's it. Your body is processing information faster than your conscious mind, and it's sending you a physical alert, a gut feeling.
That makes sense. It's like we're moving from the brain to the body, and now let's shift completely. Let's talk about the external signs.
The voice of the universe.
Yes. And this is where we get into synchronicity, Carl Jung's idea of meaningful coincidences.
Things that are connected by meaning, not by cause and effect.
This is where we get the angel numbers. Seeing 11.11, 222, 888, everywhere you look, they're seen as these little winks from the universe.
Messages about alignment, new beginnings, that kind of thing.
But wait, how do we square this? If we just said déjà vu is a brain glitch, a very scientific thing, how do the sources then explain something as seemingly random, at seeing the same number over and over?
And that's the tension, right? That's the beauty of this topic. The spiritual view isn't that the universe is changing the clocks for you, it's that your attention is the bridge. You're becoming aligned, so you start to notice the patterns that were always there.
So you're tuned to the right frequency.
You could say that. The sources suggest that when you are really looking for guidance, nothing is random. The universe starts communicating through signs when you're ready for a change.
Like the people who come into your life.
Exactly. They're not just random encounters. They show up to teach you something specific. Maybe it's strength. Maybe it's patience. And sometimes the lesson is hard, and the person isn't meant to stay.
And timing, too. The job you really wanted but didn't get.
Yes. Or the relationship that ended. In hindsight, you often see that the timing was just wrong. The delay wasn't a failure, it was a course correction.
It's all connected.
The sources mention other things too, like hearing the exact right song lyric on the radio when you feel lost, or a quote that just pops up and speaks directly to you.
And dreams. Vivid, recurring dreams.
Right, seeing a symbol over and over, like a snake. It's not a literal warning about snakes. It's usually interpreted as a message about transformation, shedding an old skin, you know.
So if all these signs are guiding us, why does the path so often involve hardship? If the universe is on our side, why do we have to go through so much difficulty?
That's a deep question. And the spiritual perspective is that these obstacles, what some call karmic lessons, they're not punishments.
They're not bad luck.
Not at all. They're seen as the learning ground, the curriculum your soul chose to master things like compassion, resilience, and true inner power.
Which explains that classic line.
Hitting rock bottom was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yes. Because when your greatest fear comes true, you lose the job, the relationship ends, the floor is gone, there's nothing left to be afraid of.
And it forces you to make the change you were too comfortable or too scared to make before. There's only one way to go.
Up.
Up.
So after all of this, neural glitches, gut feelings, cosmic GPS,
Yeah.
what's the point? What's the end goal for you, the listener?
I think all the sources point to the same outcome, becoming your authentic self.
And this isn't just some vague feel-good concept. Psychology has markers for this, right?
Oh, absolutely. The journey towards authenticity involves real, tangible shifts in behavior. It means embracing vulnerability,
Showing up as you are, flaws and all.
which is a sign of incredible strength, not weakness.
Yeah.
And it definitely means setting healthy boundaries.
The ability to say no.
Yes,
Yeah.
because if your true intuition is calm and clear, but you're constantly overriding it to please others, you're not on your path. You're on theirs.
And the sources say that when you're actually living this way, life can feel kind of chaotic.
Like a roller coaster. But not because you're doing it wrong. It feels that way because you're in a period of rapid transition. Old things are falling away.
That's why the doors you try to force open stay shut.
It's a signal. The universe is telling you you're using an old map for a new territory.
So the highest goal isn't the easiest path, it's the right path.
The one chosen for the most profound learning. And when you operate from that place of alignment, so much of the noise, the resentment, the anxiety, the need for approval, it just fades. You're too focused on the clear signal to worry about the static.
So we've really gone across the whole spectrum here, from neurons firing in the brain to these whispers from the universe.
We have?
And it feels like the one common thread through all of it, every single source, is attention. It's about where you place your focus.
That's it. It's learning to pay attention to those swift, clear, calm signals.
Instead of the loud, messy, fear-driven emotions.
Exactly. The most valuable skill you can develop from all this is to trust that feeling of calm certainty.
Whether you call it instinct or your higher self.
It doesn't matter what you call it. Just recognize that it's a blend of your own accumulated wisdom and a focused, intentional awareness. That's the heart of making good, meaningful decisions.
So a final thought for everyone to take away.
Think about this. If every obstacle, every synchronicity is actually nudging you, and all of humanity really, toward a higher state of being, away from these fear-based systems we have, what's the one small, fearful decision in your own life that the universe is patiently waiting for you to conquer right now?